So either Vince or Lisa was talking about Mr. Tolmas, and they happened to point to a photograph of this gentleman, and they said, well, that was Mr. Tolmas in World War II. He was an ensign in the Navy. We were also telling Vince and Lisa that we were in the midst of a capital campaign to renovate a building we have in uptown New Orleans that could house 20 additional veterans. And lo and behold, they came back and said, we want to finish this project with you guys. And therefore we said, well, heck, we have a lot of supporters, but you guys are the finishing touches, and we want to name this the Oscar J. Tolmas Veterans Center. And I never knew Mr. Tolmas either, but I hope and pray that that he can somewhere feel good about what his people are doing with his foundation.
Oscar Tolmas, he was a businessman, an attorney, and a real estate developer. In addition, he was a World War II veteran. He joined the Navy immediately after graduation from Tulane Law School in 1943 and was honorably discharged in 1946 as a lieutenant commander. He was also a lifelong member of the Organization of Jewish War Veterans. Upon his death in 2013, he left 100% of his estate to the trust that bears his name to assist local charities with their missions. Lisa Romano, who's seated here, and I are the only trustees. We thought, what could we do to honor Oscar's military service and individuals who have given so much for our country through the Volunteers of America, the renovation of this building to assist the veterans with their transition to a better life. We think that Oscar would agree with our decision. Thanks for allowing us to honor Oscar's legacy with the naming of this building, the Oscar J. Tolmas Veterans Center. Thank you.
I am chairman of the board of F.H. Myers Construction Corporation. We've been in business for about 29 years in the commercial construction industry here in the New Orleans region. I met Jim LeBlanc in a management group about 15 years ago. And as a result of that, creating that relationship, I started to work with Jim in Volunteers of America as a volunteer, helping him. I am now, as of about a year ago, been appointed to the board of directors of Volunteers of America.
Our mission is to donate funds to local tax-exempt organizations and their missions of helping others. Jim LeBlanc came with Fred, and we had a meeting, and they touched on a couple of topics that Volunteers of America is involved in. But when he mentioned the veterans transitional housing, that's when, it piqued our interest.
The specific project with Volunteers of America, after Katrina, they lost all of their assisted living facilities. They had about 1,000 apartments in the community prior to Katrina, and all of those apartment complexes were destroyed in some fashion that did not allow them to put residents in the city back into those facilities.
The city of New Orleans became the first city to meet the president's initiative of ending homelessness among the veteran population. And our program is not for every veteran, because we are not enablers. We are looking for veterans who have made some mistakes but are trying to get back on their feet.
But it's helping them to transition to independent lives, and it's changing their lives. They're not homeless anymore. They're put into a year-long, year-and-a-half program, and it's pretty intensive, and as long as they're making progress in it, they're allowed to stay at the home, and they'll eventually be independent, living in their own apartment with a job. That's the goal.
I am pleased to make this presentation to the Oscar J. Tolmas Charitable Trust for its support of the Volunteers of America Homeless Veterans Program. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. And we hope that you will display this flag proudly in your offices.